Welcome everybody to another Voice of Nick show. We're doing more of our Posthomerica illustrations, and since the last episode, I actually went back and redid some of the lines. I thought that I had used too thick of a gauge. I mentioned on a previous one, I thought I used too thick of a gauge of line for all the outlines, especially on these guys. It was pretty apparent because it was really hard to see their figures. They were too thick. The white parts were too thick, so I redid it just with slightly thinner, more appropriately thin sized line. I also put the sword in front because it read to me when it was behind, it looked more like a swing of the sword. But when the sword is in front, it wouldn't be a good way to swing the sword, so it reads more as like a victorious, sort of like a battle cry thing where he's rallying them, which is what it's supposed to be. So as you can see, I also added a few figures. Besides fixing stuff, I also added 1, 2, 3, 4 of these guys that weren't there before. And now we have 3 left to put in. So you can see when we zoom in, there's not that much going on with them, but we are giving them all different kind of weapons or poses or, headdress or whatever. Or that guy's done. Now we're going to go down here. Let's see what else we can get here. Welcome Plotking to the show. We're doing our Posthomerica illustrations. And a happy birthday to you as well. You mentioned previously that your birthday was coming up. I hope you had a good one. How was your holiday? A lot of celebrations to be occurring in these past few days, huh? How's your holiday birthday combo? Okay, so we're still going with these kind of comically large heads. Although this head might be a little bit too comically large, I think. Maybe just shrink him by a little bit. Wait, so he's doing this. I don't know how a person would... I don't think you can physically do that. This guy would have his... Yeah. Clocking saying, it was nice. FaceTime family, exchanged gifts with the ones you see, mailed some to those you couldn't see, got some cool gifts. Well, that sounds good. Yeah, it's definitely a FaceTime kind of holiday. I was doing the same type of thing with that. I'm actually currently visiting family, but we still sort of stayed away. We were going to have like large like Christmas party and all sorts of, different gatherings, like a pre-Christmas party, a regular Christmas party, a New Year's thing. But we decided not to do any of that stuff because it just seemed like not a great idea for us. So we kept it small, and I think that was the best way to go. And it was really fun. Thanks for asking, yeah. I'm glad you had a good one, though. I don't like his pose here. Let's give him a shield. When in doubt, add a shield. There we go. Okay, so now we don't really want him to have any more detail than this. Maybe we'll add like one line to his shield or something. But he's supposed to be pretty... I was going back and looking at the artwork from chapter 1 before we kind of regulated how we wanted the lines to be and stuff, and there's definitely a like we're gonna end up going back and retracing those lines just like I did for this to sort of match the gauge, because those lines are really thin and you probably won't even be able to see them in the book. Actually, let's get rid of that because we're gonna change this. I suppose it would be this. Yeah. Welcome HRG Scoop to the show. We are doing our Posthomerica illustrations here. Ancient Greek style artwork. Welcome on in. Okay, let's add a couple of little flourishes to his armor here. Just really quick stuff. Give him one of those little swirly things. One of these. Maybe one of these cloths that they wear. Good. Let's group them. So now this layer is all the little guys on the Greek wall, and that's what we want. We're gonna put him a little bit further inside the wall there, though. Good. So this guy is what? He's holding his sword, and he's like cheering with his right hand. You know, it'd be cool if somebody had their sword like stuck in the ground, sorta. Maybe let's try that with this guy. HRG Scoop saying, found you from your podcast on Spotify. Thought I would drop in and drop you the follow. Great information. Thanks. I appreciate you checking out the show. I'm glad you like it. And thank you for the follow as well. Okie doke. So now we're coming in from here. I think all of our guys on the wall have suitably non-threatening poses. Even though most of them are holding weapons, I don't think that they read as like an attacking army. This guy especially is like, specifically his sword is in the ground. 彼は弓があれ立っている。ちょっと彼に似ています。多分、どうやって？多分弓と、長い武器がある。それでいいと思います。そして彼の武器はちょっとここで2つの彼は多分大事ですね。2つの武器がある。ギリシャでこの長いスピアたくさんよく使いました。 そしてこの後でこの後で彼の武器、もう一つの弓、そしてこの後でこの白を作る、そのことちょっとわかりません。ちょっと知りません。まだ決まってないだった。そしてこれいいです。最後の黒いレア、間違うのレア作ってみました。Solidify the design for the wall that we kind of roughed out in the background there. And thanks for joining the show. If you want to see more, don't forget to hit